Well, there was an incident in West Kingston this morning in Tivoli Gardens, and the incident had an unfortunate development where the Member of Parliament was on the location, on the scene, and according to what the Member of Parliament told us, Mr. Mackenzie, the police attempted to take hold of one of the residents there, and she ran behind him, and next thing, he was a victim of pepper spray. Here's a video, yes, of what happened.
Sorry. The pepper spray Desmond eye.
Well, what we saw there was not the actual moment he was pepper sprayed, but the moments after, when he was assisted by some of the people there in using, I heard him say later, milk, yes, to ease the burn, yes, and effects of the pepper spray, yeah, and that was quite a moment, yes. According to what Mr. Mackenzie related to the morning team this morning, police operation was underway in Tivoli Gardens. A man was somehow caught up in the incident with the police. He was shot. And what really sparked anger was the fact that the man was left there on the ground in Ebenezer Church, bleeding, and was not being taken to the hospital for help, and that angered the residents of the community, yeah, and led to him being called to the scene. And we're going to get some more on that a little later, yes, but that was not a good look at all. The Member of Parliament somehow being pepper sprayed, yeah, or whether the police targeted him specifically is not clear. Or was he a victim because they were trying to get the woman and was directing the pepper spray at the woman who grabbed onto him, and in that process, apparently, he got some of the pepper spray. All right? We're going to go to the phones now, 23 minutes going up to 11. Our first caller of the morning is Dwayne. Good morning, Dwayne. Hello, Dwayne?
Yeah, yes, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Right. So I'm a small business owner that has experienced some challenges. Not going to call any name, which I want to share with you and see if there's anything can be rectified based on what has happened. So I'm a carpenter by trade, and I decided to put up a woodwork factory in a rural parish in Jamaica. Bought the property myself, did most of the retrofitting out of pocket, and I reached to a stage now where I needed help. So went to Kingston, got an email for the Prime Minister's office, wrote to him and asked where could I get some funding at a reduced rate or anything like that. About 6 times I resent the email. The Development Bank of Jamaica called me and said the Prime Minister's office said to assist me with the process. They asked me who's my banker. I gave them the bank. The process was started. 11 months later, the bank offered me a loan for $25 million. and offered me from themselves.
Offered you what?
Offered me the loan from the bank that I was banking with.
Yes.
And they sidestepped Development Bank of Jamaica. It was 2% more. There was a 4% grant that was supposed to be pursued, but true, they didn't go to the Bank of Jamaica with the loan that was not pursued. And I asked for a 24 months moratorium that could not have been given because the bank offered me from themselves. And I asked them, how can I pay back this loan full, start paying back full interest and payment in 60 days? Then they said they would offer me additional $5 million, which I would draw down from. I felt offended. I felt upset because I didn't ask the commercial bank for a loan. I went to Kingston. I spoke to the manager for the relevant bank, at which point he's telling me directly to my face, sat in his office, I will not take Development Bank of Jamaica money, do all the work, and let them make all the profit. I did not take the loan because I think it was dishonest. If a decision like this was going to be made, I should be brought into the fold, explained before the loan was offered, and gave me an option. It was not feasible for me and my small company. And every payment I would make within 60 days, I would be after taking the money from them to pay them. So instead of my loan was going down, it was going up. It was already 2% higher because I was getting it from the bank. Mm-hmm. Because I went to the Prime Minister's office, because the Prime Minister speaks so much about development and, having factories come online. Fast forward about a year later, I was invited by JAMPRO to a forum in Montego Bay at the Trade Center for manufacturers and overseas. I ran into the then finance minister, who in its office left recently, gave him my card, explained the situation to him. He said he would look into it. He left. I did not hear from him. I went to the Ministry of Finance, got in touch with somebody in the current minister's office. I was back and forth with them for about 2 weeks. Then they told me that the minister said she cannot get involved. Call Bank of Jamaica. They're more monitoring than accountability. So
they're not
anything.
into that business. That is not
Right.
that side of the banking sector. No, they're monitors, regulators.
Right. But there's no agency I found that really hold any form of authority over the banks. I'm using this forum to reach out. I would like to speak to somebody in the I don't want to call the name of the bank or anything. I don't want to call the persons who have been involved, but I've done everything to find some resolution because I feel strongly that I've been wronged. That the system have purposely, because of interest and profit, have failed me and my little small business. Right now I'm standing on my property, which I am about to sell because I can't take care of my kids. And I've had over $8 million worth of tools that I'd bought, that sat in the factory, and literally rotted because I could not retrofit. I could not finish it on my own. Now let's think about this. I already bought the property, got my head start.
Yes.
Retrofit it with tools. Just needed to do some other bits and pieces to put it all together, to make my way in impacting my own country. Mm-hmm. Being a part of 2050, 2030, 2060. Mm-hmm. And I just believe that there's no push for the average Jamaican who wants to make a difference from the powers that be.
Yes.
And I'm reaching out right now to the Prime Minister of Jamaica because, the truth be told, apart from my own personal ambition, I acted on his word that they were going to support manufacturers, people who had the ambition to put Jamaica on a different trajectory to move forward.
Yeah.
I'm a simple carpenter from country.
Sir?
Yes, sir.
Your story is not unique. It's a story of too many thousands of Jamaicans like you who have that entrepreneurial instinct, idea, but you don't have no capital. We don't have no capital. We don't have no trust fund. We don't have no legacy. You don't get an inheritance. And the structure of capital in Jamaica today, yeah, is not facilitative of people like you. That is the simple truth. And when you hear the big speeches about how much is allocated to small and medium sized businesses, try and get one of those, no? Yeah. And when you do meet some of the hurdles, this is the final one. The development bank say you have to go to one of the approved financial institutions. Yeah? And the approved financial institutions see this as a profit-making opportunity.
Correct.
That's what they do. Yeah? They're not seeing it as building, as the Prime Minister would like to tell you and tell us. They're not. That is not their motive. Their motive is their bottom line. So they're going to charge you more. The cost of that money. I don't know what else to say, sir. Yeah?
I will tell you. Can I just tell you the interaction I had with Development Bank Jamaica?
Sure.
When I spoke to the agent that was assigned to my situation, he just casually said, sometimes the banks do this. So I said, how could
but they know.
Yeah,
They know.
They're fully aware.
Yes.
And then he had the hurtful thing. He said, if you're coming from overseas and wanted to business, would lend you the money directly.
Oh.
And if you were doing a BPO and need $300 million, we'll lend you the money directly.
Oh.
So manufacturers, once you're tiny and have no name and no name dropping behind,
yes,
this system does hold you by the throat.
Reality, sir. Reality.
My request to you, Mr. Hughes, because I'm not giving up, I can't give up. I'm going to ask you if it's a possibility that you could, I want to leave my number with you off air, and if you could reach out to, I would love to, because I have listened to so many speeches of the Prime Minister speaking about manufacturing indirectly. And I would like you to see if you could reach out to him, see if he could get himself involved and see what could happen, what could be salvaged from the situation.
I'll certainly take the number, sir, and pass it to our contacts in the Prime Minister's office. All right? Hold on for Nora. After the break, OPM on air. Our guest this morning, the Minister of Health and Wellness, Dr. Christopher Tufton.